We will start in a moment as we are expecting a number of guests to file through. So let me take this opportunity just to go over the format of today's talk and then ask afterwards in a moment to ask Dr. Aisha Al-Manna'i to introduce our distinguished speaker for today. I'd like to remind everyone that you have a microphone in front of you. When it comes to asking questions, just press on the button. More importantly, this is the first time that we are gathering here in the auditorium. It's been 2 years, pre-COVID. We last met here. We had an event with Dr. Ibrahim. So we're absolutely delighted that we are reviving this custom and that you are all joining us. And we very much look forward to everybody's participation in the discussion following Dr. Ibrahim's lecture. I just want to say a word of thanks to the College of Islamic Studies and the Dean's Office, and Dr. Ahmad Shaheen, and also thank the very hard-working staff, Ms. Fida, Ms. Muna, Ms. Rawan, Ms. Amna, and all the others who have contributed to this effort. In terms of the format, Dr. Ibrahim and Nuaimi will speak for 40 minutes. This will be followed by 15 minutes of discussion. We are encouraging students to join us either online or in person and feel free to ask questions. This event is very much about you and your participation in it, and we are doing this for your benefit indeed. There will be live interpretation for those who would like to avail themselves of that. We have headsets available here, but also online we do have interpretation available. So without further ado, I'd like to ask Dr. Aisha Al-Manna'i, Doctora, اتفضلي تقدمي الدكتور إبراهيم. مشكور.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. صوتي مسموع ولا مش مسموع؟ مسموع؟ كأنه مش مسموع. ها؟
المايك.
أيوة. شكرا جزيلا. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، والصلاة والسلام على سيدي مولاي محمد بن عبد الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. شكرا جزيلا دكتور مرعي، جزاك الله خير. وشكرا ايضا للدكتور ابراهيم انه يعني شرفنا في كليتك، تعتبر كليتك يا دكتور ابراهيم. واقدم اعتذار الدكتور عماد الدين، يعني كان فعلا هو حريص على الحضور ولكن لظرف ما لم يستطع، يعني مشغول، عنده شغل ما اعرف ايش هو، يعني تدريب او حاجه بهذه الصوره. يعني انا احببت ان اتحدث عن كليه الدراسات الاسلاميه. اولا هذه الكلية بدأت في 2007 وقد أسسها الدكتور حاتم القرنشاوي، وبعد الدكتور حاتم القرنشاوي بعدة سنوات أنا توليت عمادة الكلية لمدة سنة، يعني إلى أن أتى الدكتور عماد الدين شاهين. والدكتور عماد الدين شاهين حقيقة حاول بقدر ما يستطيع أنه يحدث الكلية ويحدث برامجها وما إلى ذلك، فجزاه الله خير إن شاء الله. كلية الدراسات الإسلامية بدأت 2007، وفي نفس الوقت مركز الدوحة للأديان، وهذه من محاسن الصدف حقيقة أنه بدأ كمركز ليس كمؤتمرات، ومؤتمرات بدأت قبله، إنما كمركز أنشأه الدكتور إبراهيم في 2007. وهذا يدعونا إلى أن احنا نتكاتف مع بعض، لأن أنشئ المركز والكلية في آن واحد. كلية الدراسات الإسلامية هي النواة الأولى لجامعة حمد بن خليفة. عندما يعني أنشئت كلية الدراسات الإسلامية وأنا كنت ضمن المؤسسين لها، لم تكن هناك جامعة حمد بن خليفة، إنما جامعة حمد بن خليفة أنشئت في 2010. المهم أن كلية الدراسات الإسلامية يعني تحتوي أو يعني من ضمن طلابها 700 خريج حتى الآن من 49 جنسية، تقدم برامج أكاديمية لطلبة الدراسات العليا يعني طبعا هي كلية تجمع ما بين الأصالة والمعاصرة، هكذا يعني أنشئت لهذا الغرض يعني، وتهتم بالبحث العلمي في موضوعات معاصرة في الفقه والمجتمع، الإسلام والحداثة، الهجرة وحقوق الإنسان، المصارف الإسلامية. أنا أتحدث بهذه الأمور وهي موجودة يعني في موقع الكلية، الأخلاقيات الإسلامية، المصارف الإسلامية والأسواق المالية. برامج الكلية دكتوراه واحدة في التمويل الإسلامي، وماجستير يعني في الدراسات الإسلامية المعاصرة، ماجستير في التمويل أيضا، ماجستير في الفن والعمارة الإسلامية، في الآداب أيضا ماجستير في الآداب في الإسلام والشؤون الدولية، الآداب في الأخلاق التطبيقية الإسلامية. وحقيقة كانت هناك برامج كثيرة في الأول لكلية الدراسات الإسلامية، ولكن كما قلت التحديث والتغيير والتطوير استدعى أن تكون هذه البرامج الآن موجودة. جامعة حمد بن خليفة كما نعرف جميعا هي رقم 1 كلية الدراسات الإسلامية، هي النواة التي بنت عليها جامعة حمد بن خليفة أو يعني استقطبت كليات، يعني أنشأت لم تستقطب إنما أنشأت كليات أخرى، أنشأت كليات العلوم الإنسانية والاجتماعية، كلية العلوم والهندسة، كلية القانون، كلية العلوم الصحية والحيوية، وكلية السياسة العامة. وعندها أيضا تحتوي على مجموعة من المعاهد للبحوث، معهد قطر لبحوث البيئة والطاقة، معهد قطر لبحوث الحوسبة، ومعهد قطر لبحوث الطب الحيوي. الآن أقدم الدكتور إبراهيم حقيقة، والدكتور إبراهيم سيرته ما شاء الله مليئة وطويلة، يعني كان هو الأول على دفعته حينما تخرج في 1977، أول قطري من خريج الجامعة ممن يحصل على شهادة الدكتوراه عام 83، أول عميد قطري لكلية العلوم بجامعة قطر، أول رئيس قطري لجامعة قطر. طبعا كان قبله هناك يعني قبله كان فيه رؤساء، ولكن هو أول رئيس قطري. الآن هو وكيل لوزارة التعليم، التربية والتعليم العالي، ولا شلتوا التربية يا دكتور؟ شلتوا التربية؟ التربية إيزي جميل. لوزارة التربية والتعليم العالي. أنشأ النادي العلمي القطري وترأس النادي، أنشأ الجامعة الهولندية كأول فرع لهذه الجامعة في الوطن العربي في اختصاص السياحة والضيافة عام 2000. أشرف على مشروع المدارس الأجنبية المتميزة التي كانت يعني كان الهدف منها جذب مدارس ذات سمعة عالمية للعمل ضمن منظومة التعليم بدولة قطر. أشرف على إنشاء كلية المجتمع وترأس الجامعة لمدة 8 سنوات. أشرف على إنشاء طبعا مركز الدوحة الدولي لحوار الأديان، ويرأس مجلس الإدارة، وأنا نائبته يعني معه، يعني أعمل يعني معه. وتمكن المركز فعلا بإدارته يعني حقيقة من التواجد عالميا، وأصبح من أكثر المؤسسات تأثيرا كقوة ناعمة لدولة قطر حول العالم، وله الكثير من البحوث، ما يزيد على 40 بحثا علميا في مجال الكيمياء العضوية والعضوية الفلزية كما تسمى، نشرت في مجلات علمية مرموقة وعرضت في مؤتمرات، ولا زال طبعا شارك أيضا في إنشاء جامعة لوسيل، ولا زال الدكتور إبراهيم عطائه مستمر، وإن شاء الله سبحانه وتعالى يعطيه القوة والصحة ويعني يكمل هذا الطريق. هو سيحدثنا عن التعايش في المجتمع القطري، وطبعا من خلال خبرته في مركز الدوحة الدولي لحوار الأديان. شكرا جزيلا.
شكرا لك دكتور عائشة. فليتفضل الدكتور إبراهيم. أوكي تفضل. صح
الحبل هني ولا وانت قاعد؟
أقرب هنا.
ممكن شغل الفيديو الترحيبي هذا اولا؟
ايه اوكي. تفضل يعني.
اقل من دقيقة.
Your Excellency Dr. Ibrahim and other distinguished guests, I'm regretted that I'm unable to attend this very important event to honor one of the most respected figures in the world on the topic of interfaith dialogue and religious coexistence. Dr. Ibrahim, your work across Qatar and really around the world has helped us to improve the dialogue amongst our faiths and focus on the strengths and commonalities amongst the Abrahamic religions, and also to respect and honor the differences that we may have. I want to thank you, Dr. Ibrahim, for your kindness and your friendship, and I pledge to continue supporting this important work as we move into the future. Thank you very much.
That message was from Mr. Dominic Giannetti, the president of ExxonMobil Qatar.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله. أولا قبل أن أبدأ سأتحدث باللغة العربية لأقدم الشكر الجزيل لكل الدراسات الإسلامية على دعوتي هذه المرة كذلك للتحدث عن تعايش في قطر أو في المجتمع القطري. كذلك أشكر أختي دكتورة عائشة على التقديم. الصراحة المركز هذا أو النشاط حوار الأديان بدأ قبلي، واللي بدأته فعلا هي دكتورة عائشة ودكتور يوسف وزملائنا من كلية الدراسات الإسلامية، كلية الشريعة والدراسات الإسلامية بجامعة قطر. هم الصراحة اللي بدأوا، اللي كانت مبادرة من طرفهم، فلها كل الشكر والتقدير الصراحة. أنا أعرف دكتورة عائشة وأعرف ما الاهتمام بهذه القضية منذ زمن طويل لما كنا زملاء في جامعة قطر، والحمد لله تحقق هذا العمل وبتوجيهات سمو الأمير الوالد الله يحفظه تحقق هذا النشاط. فالبداية الصراحة بداية الدكتورة عائشة، وهي اللي طلبت مني أن أنا أتولى إدارة المركز. هي المبادرة من بالعكس، فأنا الصراحة أدين لها بالشكر الجزيل على المبادرة هذه وهذا العمل اللي في ميزان حسنات إن شاء الله. واحنا نعمل في هذا المجال بقدر اللي نقدر عليه لخدمة هذا الأمة الإسلامية والدين الإسلامي وجميع الأديان. الصراحة هذه يعني موجهة ليست لدين معين وإنما جميع الأديان، ولكن احنا واجبنا كمسلمين أن احنا نقوم بهذا العمل، والحمد لله تم على خير ما يرام، ولكن كذلك ما زلنا نطور فيه ونحسن فيه. اسمحوا لي نتحدث باللغة الإنجليزية الآن. Good morning. So I'm so happy to be part of this event after all this, about 2 years already of COVID lockdown, I would say. Now we are back to, inshallah, to normal. I see some masks around, but I think we'll be getting rid of it very soon. So what I try to say today, I'll try to talk about is really what we do at the center and what's the purpose of our work at the center. So the title is The Coexistence in Qatar University Society, but really we'll talk more about our activities in the center and how it's related to the coexistence. Now the content, we'll talk brief about the DICID, Gohan International Center for Interfaith Dialogue, the role of Qatar law in instilling pluralism and religious coexistence, examples of multicultural and religious coexistence in the real ground. The DICID is inspired by the government to deepen multicultural and religious coexistence, and the biannual conference, the academic contribution, the community contribution, the signing of Memorandum of Understanding, MOUs, and our library. Now, Doha International Center for Interfaith Dialogue, as we call it, it's abbreviated as DICID, is a Qatari-based institution established, as Dr. Aisha mentioned, in 2007, with the aim to create a constructive dialogue among followers of the three monotheistic religions to better understand religious principles and teachings, and to serve the whole humanity based on a mutual respect and recognition of difference. Now, Qatar, as we know, it is a country with a multicultural ethnic diversity. So from that, we consider the center as a part of this community. Qatar had its first conference for interfaith dialogue in the year of 2003, as per the gracious directives of His Highness the Father Emir Sheikh Hamad bin Khalifa Al Thani. You remember after the the 9/11 event, Sheikh Hamad at that time thought that we should really show the world how our community and our countries as Muslim countries has to say to the world regarding the interfaith dialogue, interfaith communication, interfaith meetings and everything. So the first conference was held there. Dr. Aisha was there, I was there, and it was really was a success. And it was held between Muslim and Christians in the first as the first conference. And the second conference as well, 2004, were again between Muslims and Christians, and it was only devoted to I would say religious leaders, talking about religious issues. In 2005, the Jewish religion was added, so the three monotheistic religions started really meeting starting 2005. The state of Qatar, represented by in DICID, believes that the nation-building process is based on mutual collaboration and respect between the components of society to ensure social harmony and constructive interaction among different faiths, cultures, and races. And to really go deeper in this issue, the permanent constitution of Qatar states, and this the quotation says, the constitution upholds personal liberty, safeguards equal rights, duties, and opportunities for all citizens, and protect private ownership. It protects the freedoms of expression, the press, and religion, as well as the right to education. Again, the law also protects the freedom to religious practices, as it specifies in Article 50, which says freedom to practice religious rites shall be guaranteed to all persons in accordance with the law and the requirements of the maintenance of public order and morality. Again, in Article 35, we can find, the Constitution says that all persons are equal before the law, and there shall be no discrimination whatsoever on grounds of gender, race, language, or religion. In the Qatar law, Article 326, under law number 11 of 2004, and from incitement of hate and violence, Article 325 under the law, says whoever curses a third party in public through the use of improper words affecting their honor and dignity shall be liable to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 1 year in prison and or a fine of not exceeding 5,000 Qatar riyal. So all these articles, it gives you this feeling or this confidence that Qatar cares about all religions and the practice of the religion in this country. Now, the example of the DICID, again, if we come to the real ground, if we look at what is really the officially recognized religions and sectors and of religions in Qatar, there's the Sunni and Shia Muslims, there's the Roman Catholic, the Anglican, Greek Orthodox, Syrian Orthodox, Coptic, Maronite, Evangelical Protestants, and the interdenominational Christian churches. All other denominations in practice come under the Anglican Church. All Christian denominations practice their religious rights within an economical complex and full freedom, and they conduct social and educational activities for their followers. For followers of other religions, the government permits the use of private property to practice their faith. Now, these laws and structures reflect the vision of Qatar in treating all citizens and residents with respect and to enable them to practice their religious rights with comfort in a way that is within the teachings of the Islamic religion and the customs and traditions of the state of Qatar and its hospitable people. Now, we talk about the mission of the center. The mission of the center goes along with the mission of the country to be the center. Our mission is to be a forum to promote the culture of peaceful coexistence and tolerance of the other, to activate religious values to address the issues and problems that concern humanity, and to be a house of expertise that provides practical solutions, educational practices, and training sessions in the field of dialogue. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about the contributions of DICID in fostering multicultural and religious coexistence in Qatar. Now, how do we contribute? We contribute through many activities, among them the biannual conference. And I think most of you attended this conference, or those who didn't attend the conference, I just to let you know that our next conference will be held in the next Tuesday and Wednesday, 24th and 25th of May 2022 at the Sheraton Hotel. Okay, we'll send you invitation. Will come to the college, and we'll be more than happy to welcome all of you guys to come and join yourself, and even your students. We'll be more than happy to welcome you there. It's going to be our 14th conference that was postponed from 2022 till 2022. From 2020 till 2022. Okay, our conference, the biannual, represents an interfaith forum bringing together intellectuals and representatives of the three monotheistic religions, Islam, Christianity, and Judaism, as well as the number of religious scholars, academics, NGOs, youth, and head of interfaith dialogue centers around the world. This picture shows you just some of the participants. We receive about, in total, about 300 to 400 participants from Doha and outside. So we have very good group of participants. Through these conferences, the center seeks to bring the views of different parties closer together to reach a common ground or vision based on religious values, with the aim of providing recommendations that contribute to the solution to the problem facing the world around us. We at the conference, as I'm going to talk a little bit about, we talk about different issues. The last conference, this coming conference, is going to talk about the religions and hate speech. Okay. Last conference, we also talk about human rights, religions and human rights, and so we select a subject or a theme that we have commonalities, views about it, and we also need to know what are the views of the different religions into that subject. Again, with the conference, we have an award, the Doha International Interfaith Dialogue Award, and this alongside the conference, the Doha International Interfaith Dialogue Award was launched in 2013 as the world's first initiative in this field at that time. I don't know if there are any initiatives similar around nowadays, but at that time we were the first to offer that prize. It is about $100,000 prize, and goes to different individuals. So the aim was to support and encourage the efforts of initiatives of individuals and institutions that have had a significant impact on promoting dialogue and fostering culture of peace. And many people got it from Australia, Canada, US, Germany, England, Lebanon, Egypt, I think. So there are many people received that award. We have also local seminars and roundtables, and the center regularly organizes local seminars where current issues related to dialogue, coexistence, and culture of peace are discussed, as well as emerging community issues that the center always places it as priority. This is very important. These local seminars and roundtables, we are organized these roundtables every time with the churches of Qatar. So the churches and the center, the committee that always supervises the church and the center, we choose together a theme, and then we present it to the public, and we invite all communities in Qatar, or all religions, not only Muslim, Christian, and Jews, but also Hindu, Buddhist, and any religion in Qatar. Any representative of that religion, we invite them, and we invite also the embassies, and we try to choose a theme that is related to the community in Qatar. I'm going to talk about it later on, but this is what we do. We talk about, for example, education for the expats or their kids. We talked about media for the expats. We talked about law of Qatar, how it's reflected on the expats, and how they look at it. So there are so many issues, and at that round table, we normally bring people from the government, representing the government. So they bring their view, and then they listen to the communities, and they listen to them very carefully, so they can take their comments or their concerns back to their ministries and try to develop solutions or processes that help make it easy on them. Research and academic publications. We do a lot of research and we do a lot of publications. Among them, our journal, Religions, is a peer-reviewed journal issued in Arabic and English, which specializes in religious studies, focusing on interfaith dialogue and relation between Islam and other religions. It is a platform to create an interactive and fruitful intellectual and cultural dialogue between religions in relation to the current issues facing the communities. It is published twice a year. And our latest one, I'm going to show you a picture of that in a minute. This one. So our latest issue, this is our latest issue, just published in January, almost a month ago. This issue explores multiple articles and perspectives on the position of religions toward this sensitivity of the human soul. And this is very important. We're talking about the abortion, talking about many issues related to mercy killing. So how religion, the three religions, or all religions, in fact. In the journal, we talk about all religions. But we receive many from the Muslim, Christian, and Jewish friends and scholars. But we also have received some from the Hindu about how do they deal with this issue. And this published already, and you can find it in our website. All our publications are on our website. Books. We also translate books. Either we translate books or we publish our research, scientific research, with similar centers around the world. We have done work with the Wolf Institute in Cambridge University. We have done. We are working now with a group in one of the churches in Texas, in Dallas, Texas, and we have done with other people like in Ukraine. We have done work with Bosnia and with other universities and centers. And this was some of our publication. This one, the religions and human rights, is the proceedings of our last conference. I would consider it really as an encyclopedia, because it was published in 4 volumes, 3 in Arabic, 1 in English, but really you find everything related to human rights in any of the 3 religions. You'll find it in this proceeding. Okay. We also publish what we call selected papers, and one of the important publications, it is really one of the important publications, because to maintain at regular intervals is selected papers. These selected papers are carefully selected from the rigorous academic studies on interfaith dialogue by researchers around the world. It is issued in Arabic and English. We take these books and we make it like a dialogue with the author. We try to make it short, how do they go? How do I call it? We make it, we review it, and we select this paper. We talk about it. We talk about the main point of it, and we publish it in what we call selected paper. It is our latest one is about our conference. We are going to publish a selected paper during the conference about all the papers we received from the speakers to be published in this book. So it is very worth looking at it, because like we select the best of these papers. We have a periodical newsletter that it shows our activities, publications, courses. We offer research findings and many cultural and social activities and events. We also organize internal and external trips for high school and university students to centers either in Qatar or abroad to study English, but also to visit cultural centers, mosques, churches, synagogues, and other religious centers in collaboration with many other institutes and universities around the world. We have roundtable discussion, the one I talk about, and you can see Dominic here. Dominic is there, the one who just talked. I don't know if you know Dominic. Dominic is the chairman of ExxonMobil in Qatar, and he is very active, very supportive of Interfaith. And we're proud of him, and he's a good friend. You see, this roundtable discussions aims to create an inter-community dialogue between scholars, community leaders, and university professors in Qatar to discuss issues of dialogue and social issues of interest to expat communities. But also during the pandemic, we also make the roundtable discussions, and we invited speakers from abroad also to talk about some of these issues related to Qatar. This one was talking about the education, the 10th roundtable about education in Qatar. You see some. If you look here, this is maybe owner of an Indian school. This is this guy. He's sitting next to us here. Dominic, Mohammed Ghamdi from Qatar Charity, or his member for our board. And this is some of the Dr. Ali Qaradaqi, and some others who are principals of some schools. We have radio and television, social media, very active in social media nowadays. We do a lot of programs during Ramadan, and with the Qatar radio in Arabic, mostly in Arabic. Our social media is active. You can look us up here in any of these, either Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. You will see all our activities there. Workshops, we care a lot about workshops for young generations. So we offer training courses for schools, and it is of a top priority for our center. It aims to spread the culture of dialogue and tolerance in the school environment in accordance with the Islamic concepts of raising our generation with open thinking. The courses are also an opportunity for students and teachers. So we make training for teachers, as well as we do other training for students to explore, exchange experiences and with different faiths and cultures, as well as to gain new skills. Ramadan Forum for the Indian community. This is once a year event. We held it with the Indian community. Then it's a big community. So it is their event. We only support and bring some speakers, and we normally bring some speakers from India, a Muslim, a Christian, and a Hindu, to come and talk about the importance of coexistence and in a big country like India. So they come and they talk about it and they discuss it with the Indian community here. We gather about 2,000 every time. We normally take a club, like a Qatar club or Arabic club, to to host this event with dinner, with the iftar of Ramadan. And these guys are not Muslims, or not all Muslims. They are, among them there are some Christians and also some Hindus. We celebrate as a center. We also celebrate as a part of our community engagement. We celebrate and participate in all our days, national days, and National Day, National Sports Day, International Book Fair, and the Dialogue of Culture Forum. And we are always there. And the last book fair we were there, and we participated fully during the event. Also, we have signed a lot of MOUs locally and internationally. This is our new building in Qatar. If you drive in the main road in Qatar, you can see it. It's in the top of the. There is a pharmacy, and I don't know what's the name of the pharmacy. Just a bit, huh? Khulud Pharmacy. Okay. So if people want to know where we are, we go to Khulud. Khulud should come to us. But anyway, so. مطعم حلال مطعم hamburger. Our library is, we have a small library, but it's like unique library because it's very specialized. We have special books, and it's open, and we welcome anyone to some of you, Dr. Yusuf's students, they come and come to our library and use some of our books, and so I will encourage you to come and visit our library. And if you have any books you wish to donate to our library, we'll be more than happy to have those books. We are building our library, so we need more books because it's very specialized library. Now, in conclusion, I would like to, just this part of our experience presented in a few points about how we work to serve the whole community of humanity based on mutual respect and recognition of references. And we hope it reflects enough coexistence in Qatari society. Before I close, I would like to, again, to thank you, Dr. Yusuf, for inviting me. I also like to thank my colleagues, Dr. Aisha, and also Dr. Dean. I didn't mention Dr. Dean. Dr. Dean was one of the founder of this center. Dr. Dean Mohammed has been always a big supporter, and he is one of our thinkers. That he really helped really, I would say, put the center and give a lot of thought in establishing the center. And he was also a member of our board for some time, and he's now joining us in many of our activities. So thank you, Dr. Dean, for your efforts to the center. And before also I close, I thank Archbishop Macarius for coming this morning, and also for all his support to our center. He never said no when we asked him to come and join us for any of the events. He always there, he always ready, and I highly appreciate that. Thank you so much. I think you and us really we did a lot, and we can do even more things together. Thank you for listening and for your patience, and I'll be happy to answer any of your questions.
Thank you, Dr. Ibrahim. A warm thank you to Dr. Ibrahim for his excellent presentation. We're really grateful to you for sharing with us the various activities of the center, and we hope that it will prosper in the years to come, inshallah. I'd like to open the floor to questions, especially from students. If we can first have a student question, we would really appreciate that. Noor has raised his hand. Noor, please, if you could press the button in front of you for your mic. There's a round button in front of you. Just press on that.
That's okay?
Yes.
Yes,
go ahead.
Thank you, Dr. Ibrahim, for this very good presentation. And nice to see you again. And from this presentation, we see the contribution of DICID is very applicable. The conferences, forums, and the roundtables, it's a very in the practical ways to make contribution to the coexistence and to develop. And I think about what about the theoretical way, or like the fundamentals of this center. I assume is based on Islamic ideas. How what is the basic idea of coexistence and interfaith in the religious field or in the Islamic theology or such Islamic tenets, the position of coexistence and interfaith? Thank you.
Thank you. Well, this is a good question. I think that's what I tried to say here. Coexistence it's been there since for forever. I mean, this part of the world all religion started from this part of the world. So those who follow different religions, they did coexist here in harmony for centuries, right? Now, what happened has happened. Many changes happened in the recent time, but we have to go back to the basics. I think our religion, as much as the other religions, the three religions, it has very clear directions, very clear notion that to respect your neighbor, to respect your people who live around you. And so the coexistence is a legitimate right for each one in this part of the world. In Qatar in particular, it is according to the constitutions, it's been fostered by the institution. But it is part of our religion that we respect other religions and really live in harmony and peace with them. Okay, as long as we respect each other, things we should be around. So I believe coexistence is not an issue, shouldn't be an issue, but we have to just talk about it as a fact. Should be a de facto thing happening to us. I think we should raise our children, and that's what we try to do in schools, and to accept that and really to nourish it, and it's not just to accept it and without really we should be confident that this is the way we should live together. This is my opinion.
Further questions, please? Who would like to ask the next question, or anybody who has a comment to make, perhaps? Yes, at the end there, Dr. Muhammad, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ibrahim. It's very informative lecture. My question is that did the center limit itself to interreligious dialogue between religion, or you extend that to different sects within the religion? Is my question clear? Or?
Yes, clear. Yes, very clear.
Thank you.
We try not to to go into the fragmentation. We like to go. We consider all Muslims, either Sunni, Shi'i, whatever, as a Muslim, and all Christians are Christians, whether he is Roman Catholic, whether he is Moronist, or whether he is Coptic. They are all from one religion. If we fragment all this into small sectors, we'll be lost. I think we'll go into bigger challenge. And the same thing with the Jewish religion. They have their sectors. So we prefer to deal with Muslims, Christians, and Jews as the main religion. And this really makes things better, even better for they can discuss this among themselves. We can discuss among us, Muslim and Christian, and Sunni and Shi'i and Sufi, and we can discuss amongst ourselves issues related. But when we talk to the other religions, we have to talk as one. Muslims have to talk as one, Christians have to talk. And I think the minor differences shouldn't really affect the major picture or the bigger picture.
Further questions or comments? I want to hold off making a comment, but I'd like for the audience, if you have any particular questions you'd like to ask of Dr. Noaimi, whether about the center, whether about the center's activities. I will mention how we have benefited, in fact, in taking our students, and Dr. Noaimi has mentioned this, taking HBKU students from the Contemporary Islamic Studies program specifically, and also from the College of Humanities and Social Sciences, who have benefited from visiting both the center as well as the religious complex. And this we have taken on an annual basis, taking students to engage with the center and learn about its activities firsthand. The next trip we're planning for the next academic year, so we're hoping to do that again. We're also planning to launch a prize for students on the level of Qatar. We haven't officially announced this yet, but this will be an Interfaith prize, a prize for theses written in the field of interfaith relations, baccalaureate, BA, MA, and PhD theses produced in Qatar, whether in English or in Arabic. So we're going to be announcing this prize shortly, inshallah. So I thought I'd mention that. It should be a wonderful opportunity for those of you who are thinking about interfaith themes to consider doing so. I wanted to mention that. Are there any questions, any specific questions, or anything that you're perhaps wanting to ask of Dr. Nuaimi, whether it pertains to the center, as I said, or whether to the activities?
Sure.
Okay, thank you. Any last thoughts? All I need to say is yes, Archbishop, please. Wonderful. Please go ahead.
Yes, Professor Yusuf, Dr. Rahim Naimi, and all the presence here, Dr. Aisha, and all the distinguished guests, and mainly the students. I'm delighted to be invited today to participate in this lecture. Actually, it was a little late, but it is more or less known activities of the Interfaith Dialogue Center, because I'm a part, and since I'm maybe the longest, yes, the senior, we can say, clergy in Qatar. So we had a long history, so we worked together all this work since the foundation of the, I was here, since the foundation of the center, and the Interfaith Dialogue Center, participate all in the interfaith and local roundtable and interfaith symposiums. So I'm very proud, and it is for that to be participant in this initiative. And actually, the coexistence, it is a fact here in Doha. So as also my existence as a clergy, as and leader of the churches that they are recognized officially from the government, and that it is accepted from the people, this is a fact of coexistence here in Qatar. And since I belong to the Middle East and I belong to the Church of Jerusalem, so I have more than 40 years experience as coexistence in all the, particular in the Holy Land and in all the region. So it is a witness, I can say that it was major steps have taken in a short time here in Doha. This is really a big effort, but still we continue in that way together and to improve and to implement all the teaching that also Dr. Naimi said of the part of the Islamic faith, or it is Christianity, or Judaism, or any other religion that support the coexistence. But it is up to us as believers, as followers, as leaders to implement and to improve and to have in the society and to share in the society. So this is going to give fruits in the, already you can see fruits, but it will be more given in the future. So thank you for inviting me, and I'm glad to see again Dr. Naimi and Dr. Aisha and all the others that we can cooperate, and of course Professor Yusuf. So he visited us now more than 2 times.
That's
in
correct.
the religious complex. So we wish you to continue to visit and to share with us and explaining it, and with your students to learn on the ground. What does it mean? Coexistence. To exist together, one by the other on the side. Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Thank you, Archbishop. Thank you so much. And thank you, Dr. Ibrahim. Really a pleasure to have welcomed you to this college, and we hope to continue to collaborate with you in a fruitful manner, and also to continue encouraging our students to engage with you and the center as well. Thank you again. Jazakumullahu khairan. Shukran.
شكرا.